Okay, we've made the walk that way to 40 feet to that totally out of compliance access easement here, which is tract A in parcel 12. And I think I demonstrated when you compare it to tract H. If we didn't have tract H in this community, I wouldn't have any grounds to say anything about tract A. But when they're exactly on the map the same, and this one is so grossly out of compliance compared to, because you don't want to have this fella say that the clubhouse is going to put a no cart sign there. They told me they're going to put a no cart sign there, so they more or less authorized me to do it. Now, what we're going to do, I'm going to walk, I'm going to talk. I hope in 15 minutes that I can make it out to where we have to go to get on the golf course. This is what I have to tell a prospective buyer. On the plat map, there's an easement and it's supposed to look like tract H and it's right there. This is how my equity got gutted by buying this house. And we're going to go for a walk. I'm going to walk and talk as we walk down, but I'm going to show you the route that I have to tell a prospective buyer that they have to go to get onto the golf course. Let's go for a walk. Okay, we're on Twilight Trail. And we're going to walk towards Moonlight Path. We're going to take Moonlight Path onto, well, either the pedestrian path, or if you have a license you can drive out. I think anybody that would drive with a licensed golf cart on the Sundance Parkway at Moonlight Path over here in Parcel 12 is out of their mind. They should go and get their head checked. They really should. Golf carts break down. You blow a fuse, a controller goes, whatever. You pull out, you got license plates on, you're not going to go down the path. So what do you do? What do you do? Instead of going down the path, you go out in the street. Maybe you feel like you don't belong on the path. That's for pedestrians. It isn't for golf carts. So you pull out on the street, and maybe a contactor or a relay, someplace, something in the golf cart just went right there. It went just as you pulled out and the cart went dead. Right there in the middle of Sundance Parkway. One of the busiest streets, busiest intersections in Buckeye. We got the emergency center hospital there. We got Google. So we got people pulling into the hospital, people whizzing by in both directions, people trying to get out of Parcel 12, and people are trying to come the other way, getting out of Goodwill. But we're not even halfway yet. Okay? And I want to let you know, we're traveling west. From my house to the clubhouse or the pro shop is directly east. Now we've gone about 200 yards to the west. We're 200 yards going the other way away from the clubhouse to the west. And it's Monday morning now. And it's not too bad here. But there are times when this gets very busy. And for anybody that has a golf cart who wants to participate in any activity at the clubhouse, or wants to play golf and wants to go to the pro shop, this and the upper motorized vehicle entrance is what they have to take to get to the onto the golf course. Simple. There's no other way to get out of Parcel 12 and get on the golf course than to come out one of these two portals. This one, or the one that's up about 200 yards, where the mailboxes are. There isn't one dedicated portal onto the golf course. Everybody that wants to get on the golf course has to deal with this traffic. Trucks, motor vehicles, things like this. Can you imagine a woman, pulling out of here in her golf cart, and right about there, the golf cart goes dead. And she gets to roll it over there before it comes to a stop, And here, coming around that corner at about 45 miles an hour, texting his girlfriend is this kid who's had a license for a week. And she's out there dead in the road. This is a situation that's created every day in Parcel 12. I showed you where the emergency exit was the other day. That's that parcel's way. They don't have to go out on the Sundance Parkway. I've showed you track dates over in Parcel 13. It's the same way. Everybody in the neighborhood has a way to get onto the golf course without getting out and playing in Sundance Parkway. Now, I've been told by one resident who lives there, who does this trip every day, I told her, I said, you're kicking people off this pedestrian walkway. They have to get off the pedestrian walkway so your golf cart can go by. She goes, I never go down the pedestrian parkway. I always go out onto the street. So this lady, from the rest of the time she's here, has to, and it's her policy that I'm not going to take that. I have plates on the thing, I'm going out there. What I'm trying to create to you, a safety issue. If that golf cart dies out there, and she rolls over to there, and there's a kid coming around the corner at 40, 45 miles an hour, not paying attention, she's naked, completely naked. He's got airbags, he's got this, what's she got? She doesn't have an airbag. All right, we're going down. How many minutes am I here? I'm in the 6 minutes. Okay, now, we've had to go 200 yards down the main street, 200 yards to the west to go a mile to the east. Now we're gonna walk down. This is a bike path. It's a walking path. It's a jogging path. Mothers with baby carriages walk down this path. And here, everybody in Parcel 12 that wants to get on the golf cart course, this is the only route. This is the only way to get on the golf course from Parcel 12, unless you want to go to the right when you come out up there and go up by the men's room, the restrooms on the tee box of 5, right? But this is the only way that anybody can Parcel 12, and it's been that only way for the last 12 years since I've been here. Now here's my security problem, and I was trying to get this point across to David Stump. I tried to get this point across to David Stump in an architectural meeting for my gutters. And basically all he kept saying is, you're out of order. If you don't leave, I'm going to have you thrown in jail. We're going to call the cops. You're interrupting our meeting. Well, since I never talk to anybody and I never go into the clubhouse and nobody will ever let me give any feedback, I figured I was there for my gutters. They approved them. And I figured maybe these people would appreciate a little feedback. The feedback I want to tell you, and the thing of it is, last week we got I got 2 emails last week from Craig Eustace talking about people being broken to their homes from the golf course side. Look at what we have here. We're on Sundance Parkway. How hard would it be for a pickup truck to drive in here, take that cart path right down to my house, and back up his truck up to my house, load it up, and come out here and be gone? This is an access easement onto the golf course. How you doing? How you doing? This is an access easement onto the golf course. Pure and simple. You got truck tracks, you got golf course tracks, everything else, this is an access easement. But when you talk to the HOA, they tell you there's absolutely no golf course easements onto the golf course. None. No easements onto the golf course. It's a private golf course with no easement. Now, I'm going to walk down, and we're still not done yet. We're still about maybe 100 yards, 75 yards from our destination. We're not even there yet. And anybody that wants to buy my house, if they walk this, if they say, and I'll say, just walk it. You can make the loop. It's not busy. Go ahead and make that walk. When you get past the 2 electrical boxes, you're going to see a path, a worn path, a golf cart path, where everybody from Parcel 12 gets onto the golf course. Right here. This is it. This is the dedicated path. This is the dedicated cart park. And when I get a letter, and I'll have letters to show you, when I get a letter and it says on the letter that there's absolutely no access easements anywhere on the golf course, the golf course is private property. Now, where we started up there at Moonlight Path, I'm going to go to the end of this walk. How much time have I got? I got about 3 more minutes on this video. But we're going to walk down to the end of this path, because I often mention there's 600-foot public easement on the west side of the golf course. From Moonlight Path, we're about 200 feet. All of this right here is public access easement. This is all right here is public access easement all day long, and it ends there. It goes to Moonlight Path. That's a 600-foot stretch of dedicated, unrestricted, open to the public easement onto the golf course. My houses are over there with the thing. Now, you can see that crevice, that ditch carved out over there. That's where the access easement is for my house I'm trying to sell. That's how far we had to go out of the way. This is how far we had to go out of the way, right there. Now, we're still not done. We're still not done because we got a 300-yard trip down to the end of the lake. So that puts about it's about 450 yards extra every time you come home from the clubhouse and every time you go to the clubhouse. If I sell a house, one of my houses over there, the person I sell it to has to make this trip every time he wants it. Now, why would anybody want to go through that? When the house over in Tract H, the guy's a golfer. He doesn't want to go through this monkey motion. And he isn't going to drink the Kool-Aid that they're serving over there in that corner. Everybody in that corner has got everybody convinced that that's not an access easement. Okay, it's not. We're not going to maintain it as an access easement. And the thing of it is, you now have a proxy enforcer. We're going to let Mr. Veskerna set policy for that access easement. We're not going to get involved. We don't want to maintain it, and we agree with Mr. Veskerna that it should never be an access easement. But the town of Buckeye says it has to be a drain, so we can't close it up. It has to be there as a drain, we can't close it up. So we have to leave it open, but we don't want it open. We're growing a tree right in the middle of the thing to try to stop people from walking by in cart, and the tree isn't working.